all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carole from Big Cat Rescue, and I hope you are staying warm if you're not in Florida and dry if you are. I have a global report. You can go to bigcatrescue.org/news to see all the news about big cats just about everywhere. The first thing I want to tell you about, though, is not on there. Back in June, we got a call about a bobcat that had been seen up in North Tampa, and they thought it had been hit by a car. It was a bobcat that everybody in the neighborhood knew because it's it's a bobcat and it just did what it wanted to and left everybody alone, but it wasn't afraid of anyone either. And so they knew this cat for a long period of time, and they knew that something had happened. And so we weren't sure when we went there if it had been hit by a car or if it was suffering from this feline leukomyelopathy. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's a neurological condition that has been killing bobcats and Florida panthers. And so we get there, we see tracks of the bobcat and alligators, and we could not find the bobcat anywhere. Jamie and Victor and I searched and searched and searched. So we decided we had a huge, big enough to fit a coyote in, humane trap. And so we set the trap, and the lady that had called us was willing to go out there every few hours and check on the trap. And sure enough, we caught the cat. So she called us up. Jamie and Victor went out to pick the cat up. And this is our biggest, toughest trap. And that cat, when he saw them approaching, busted the door out and got out of the trap. And so he was clearly messed up in the back end, but there was no catching him because he was too fast. So the lady said she'd let us know if she saw the cat again. We tried setting the trap for a while and never did catch him again. So that was in June of last year. And then just yesterday, she called me up and she was like, look who's back. And she had photos of the cat, and she also had a little bit of video. And in the back end, he's still like really wobbly, but he's still moving just great. And apparently he's been able to survive for 8 months out there. So I don't know what his problem was, but he's healed enough from it that he's able to survive. And I mean, that's unlikely to be a neurological problem that he's still got, because those cats almost always seem to die very shortly after contracting it. So he was probably hit by a car. But at this point now, there's just nothing. Even if we could trap him, I don't think there's anything that we would be able to do for him, because he's already healed the way he's going to heal. And it would take a lot of intensive bone breaking to try and fix that. So I think he's better off where he is. And I'm just glad to see that he's still surviving and doing well out there. In big cat news around the world, there is an article. If you go to bigcatrescue.org/news, click on any one of these, and you can read the whole thing. I'm just going to read you the headlines. Tell Me You Love Me Lifestyles, and it's talking about how cats speak without words. In San Antonio, Texas, the deputies seized the tiger on the Southside property, and the owner was cited. Yeah, just letting your tigers run loose in town. Sadly, there was a Florida panther found dead in the median at a busy highway on Lehigh Acres Road. And Carole Baskin speaks out about the Isle of Wight cat. Spoke to a really nice guy. Can't think of his name now, but if you read the article, he interviewed me because he had seen, with his own 2 eyes, a black leopard on the beach there. I think it was on the beach on the Isle of Wight, and it was right at dusk, and nobody believes him. And so he contacted me. He's like, is there any chance this could be some other kind of animal? And so we talked about, sometimes they're dogs, sometimes they're just big cats, sometimes they're hybrid cats. But he really thought that what he saw was a black leopard, and I was telling him how black leopards are some of the most smartest adaptive cats around. So if anybody could survive, I think it would be them. So you can watch that interview and get more of the details on that. Oklahoma proposes a mountain lion hunt after more cats were spotted in 2020 than previous years. It's probably because people are sitting at home looking out their windows that that's happening. A monster we left in the corner, the endurance of Asia's tiger trade and the new tiger queens. So they're saying tiger queens in a very derogatory manner. Not that these women are queens at all, but that they are causing the killing of tigers, like Tiger King. SAMAA PMLN supporters bring a lion cub to the Wazirabad rally, and that was in violation of the law. So everybody's wondering, why the heck haven't they taken any action against that guy yet? And there's another one on the Isle of Wight cat. Bahar deploys 60-member team to trap a tigress after she killed 3 people. 2 dogs suffer mountain lion attacks in Estes Park. Investigation finds online wildlife killing contests are thriving during the pandemic because you get a bunch of angry people, and what do? They want to take it out on somebody or something. And so, sadly, there are still people amongst us like that abuse animals and kill them for sport. Bermuda Run, 16-year-old actor Elliot Sankrat stars in Lena and Snowball, and I would ask you not to go watch that stupid film. Not only is it a stupid plot, almost identical to the one from a couple of years ago that was somebody, Mia and the White Lion. This is almost the exact same show, except it's in Bermuda, which is like, that's a big differentiating factor. But the reason that you should not go to shows like that is, one, they had to have hired this cub from some horrible place, and we are trying to find out where that horrible place is. And after they use the cub, these cats never end up in a good situation. So we're also trying to find out where that cat is now. Right now, we think that the cat was probably born and used in 2018 and filmed back then. It's just now coming to air. And so we're looking to see if we can locate that cat and show you what happens if you support those kinds of movies, that these cats end up in terrible situations. So not only is it bad because of the actual animals that suffer in the making of these films, it also absolutely sends your child the wrong message. It romanticizes the stupid idea that people can have a bond with a wild animal and everything's going to turn out hunky-dory. And that's just not the case. It never works out right for the animal. And we should not be teaching our children idiotic messages like this one. This story, I don't know why Metro UK just came out with Tiger King, Carole Baskin closes sanctuary to public over poisoning fears. Yeah, that happened in March of last year, but they just now wrote the article. Increasingly fragmented tiger populations may require genetic rescue. That's at Science Daily. That'll be interesting to read. And no cover at Discovery Park, but the WDFW says big cats are closer than you might think. I also have coordinator reports from a few days back. Seems like I get behind so fast. The first one is from Linda Licht, who says, Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks to all the volunteers who showed up today and to our wonderful appreciation team who made us gift bags for coming in today. Aw, thank you guys for doing that. That's so sweet. I know some people made cookies. I got a cookie out of Valentine's Day. Jennifer and Barbara did AM meds and supplements. Various small projects like picking up sticks, restocking food prep, and running supplies out to the rehab hospital were done while lockouts were being closed. Feeding teams were Sarah, Mai, and Stephanie on front littles. Almost there with those feeding sign-offs. Nisha, Lisa, Deidre, and was on center little cats. I'm all sniffy today. It's rainy outside. Barbara with Taylor as a ride-along for Lakeside Cats, and Linda and Jordan observing a sign-off on the interior Big Cats, with Sarah D. as their driver. Jen fed the special meds cats, and Loki the Savannah cat. Cleaning teams were Steph W. training Tammy on the center route, Mai and Sarah D. on the front route, Jen and Barbara on the Lakeside Cats, and Sarah C. and Jordan on the interior cats. They've changed the names of the routes, you may have noticed. Since we had a lot of rain overnight and expected showers throughout the day, we did the tried and true indoor rainy day project. Deep clean food prep in the cooler. The tile in food prep is white, kind of an off-white, which was a really stupid idea for a tile in there. And because it has grooves enough so that you don't slip and kill yourself, it traps the dirt in those grooves. And no matter how many times every single day they sweep it and mop it, but it just gets to looking cruddy, as you can see in some of the pictures. And so every time we have a rainy day, it's a good day to scrub that thing down. Let's see here. Taylor, Nisha, Stephanie, Lisa, Dee Dee, Angel in the morning tackling food prep, and Jordan and Tammy taking care of the cooler in the afternoon. These guys were scrubbing and cleaning every surface, corner, shelf, and rack. Lisa took on the fridge, and it is like shiny new. Nisha, Taylor, and Stephanie did food prep after lunch. Lisa double-checked and helped with dishes. Meanwhile, I was tending to our fussy eaters and also grass-seeded Mouser the Savannah cat's enclosure. Later in the day, I also made big cat bloodsickles since we were low in the freezer and in the enrichment cabin, although I learned later that a fresh supply is in the barn too. Just before and after lunch break, we went out for some cat time fun. Jen gave Lisa and Dee Dee operant sign-offs and did the same for Nisha, Sarah, Angel, Stephanie, Lisa, and Dee Dee did small cat enrichment and sign-offs, while Barbara and I gave all of the big cats tasty bloodsickles. Sarah C. did operant conditioning with her cats, then took out the PM supplements. When I say her cats, they're assigned different cats to work with. Lisa and Dee Dee washed up the water jugs too. Becky arrived for PM meds just as black clouds also arrived. Hope you did not get too wet. It was music to my ears when I heard a volunteer say on her way up, "Yep, chalk up another Sunday fun day." I have a short one here from Afton Tasler from February the 17th saying, "I have coordinated the past 2 days and they have both been great. Sheena Serval's entire enclosure got done between yesterday and today. We also started on Cricket, the Serval's enclosure, and got it halfway done. This was all made possible by the interns, Shyler and Diana. Diana also helped with food prep today as we prepare for flea treatment tomorrow. We had such a great turnout of volunteers both days. Thank you for everyone who came out and cared for the cats." And then the last one here is from Catherine Stapleton from 22 hours ago, who says, "A bit of a hot day for wintertime. Thanks to Marie, Mark, and MJ, who came in first thing to get meds, supplements, and lockouts done. Feeding was a bit late since it was flea treatment. Thanks to Mark, Marie, Kat, Nisha, Jordan, and MJ for making sure the little cats got their flea meds in the morning. This takes a lot of patience to make it happen successfully. Afton and I tackled the big cats and were successful except for a couple of in-heat tiger girls. Cleaning got started late, but a big thanks to Sadie, Robin, Jane, and Susan for staying late to finish the little cats. Nisha, Jordan, MJ, Kat, and Marie got the big cats taken care of in good time. During cleaning, Riandan, I don't know if that's a typo, Taylor, Natasha, and Diana raked all around the kitten cabana and in front of the tour path. Great job, ladies. The day ended with the interns getting Cricket the Serval's front section finished while I did PM meds. Thanks to everyone for spending their free time helping out the cats today. That's it from me, signed Catherine." So thank you, Catherine, Afton, and Linda for those 3 reports. You can stay up to date with us at bigcatrescue.org, and we are on every social channel as Big Cat Rescue. Stay cool, cats. Mwah!